smeg out of there. I don't know if I've got case gaskets for this, all the bit there when we put the two halves together, but yeah, we'll worry about that when we come to it. Right, torque spec, see if we've got anything. Oil pump. My manual is getting well grubby with marks now, finger marks and things, like a true professional's been using it. If only they knew. Right, torque spec, oil pump bites, yeah, camshaft, clutch, oil pipe to cylinder head, oil pipe to crankcase, valve cover bolts. Doesn't appear to be one. Does not appear to be one. Valve cover bolts. Okay. Then we just make our own shit up then, don't we? Right. Click. I don't like it when they go tight, but then keep turning. Oh, that's the one. Click. If anybody's watching me and I'm doing something wrong, tell me. I'm not going to be offended. I am an amateur. I don't know what I'm doing. I will take your advice. Right. Give that a bit of a clean up. Right, where's that sprocket? The one I keep dropping. It's got to be that way, isn't it? I think it's that way. No, wouldn't get the circlip on that way. So it's got to be that way. And circlip. What's that? Another lump of metal fell out. Where's that from? Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, I've got all the bits of metal that keep falling out. I'll just put them to one side and we'll see what happens. But I have lost that circlip. You guys see where I put it. I mean, I've got circlips, but I would prefer that one because it seemed to be a fairly decent one. There's the circlip pliers. You would think it'd be somewhere near there, wouldn't you? There it is. Oh, I'm so organised you wouldn't believe it. Okay. Right. How not to build an engine. 1. Go to the Motorcycle Junkie YouTube page where all that you need to know how not to build an engine will be laid out for you. Come on, rotate, there we go. Oil pump on, job jobbed. Still feels a bit ropey, but I mean it was just the way they are, I don't know. Right, Let's pop that back down there. This back up here, because there is another part that I need, and it's nothing much, but on that one, this little oil pipe banjo just here is missing in action. So we will indeed rob this one. We'll have a look, see what it's got with regards to rubber seals or washers or what have you. What do you think the chances of this engine ever actually running would be? Slim? Slim to no fucking chance whatsoever. That's a long one. Bloody hell. Length for that. And it's obviously galleyed. And that's clear, which is good. Right. Copper washer. Copper washer. Shall I put new ones on? Yeah. Let's treat the old girl to new copper washers. Right, let's pop that back down there. That one back up there. And as you can see, that's could have been easily missed, that. Where's that go again? So I'm just wondering what them other two holes by the side of it are for. Alright, that's something to do with the gear selector forks, I think. Anyway, let's find myself copper washers. Where are you? Oops. Stay. Right, what size are they? They're about yay big, I think. That one right? Yeah, I could do the wider one if we've got it. That one looks better. Does that fit? Oh yes, that's much better. Where's your mate? Is that the one? On the floor. It's alright, a bit of dirt and grit and swarf. Never hurt an engine, did it? Right. So again, I'm not even going to look up a torque spec for this because I just don't think there'll be one. You bored yet? We haven't even got to the good stuff, like the crank and the balancer shaft and all that cobblers. Right, airtight for that one, guys. Do you reckon about that? Good, I agree. Right, that's on. Is it connected at the other end? It most certainly is. Okie dokie. Right, I could do with a bit of wood to put this on because I'm going to bend that oil pipe. So we will just rest it on that block of wood. 2 blocks of wood. These are my spoke woods. Spoke because they've got all them holes in it. When I rebuild a wheel, I take all the spokes out and then put them in there for refurbishment. That's what I did with me mobilette when I rebuilt the wheels on that. First time I'd ever rebuilt a wheel, spokes and truing it up and everything. First one I ever did that. Good learning curve. Right, next I'll just put that on that bit of wood, and I'm wasting my time because I now need to get out. What do I need to get out? There's that gear change mechanism, I think. So I've got one. No, so just there, that thing there that I've cleaned up, I think that's where we're going next. So this one's obviously absolutely fucking filthy. Hang on, there you go, wrong one, that one. Oh, that's heavy. Right, let's start undoing that and see where it takes us. Shall we look in the manual first? No! Why would I want to do that? Right. Right, I'm just going to undo that ring of bolts. See where it takes us. It obviously needs cleaning up. Oh, that's the wrong one. Undo. Should we put the right size socket on? Do you reckon that might help? I thought, hey, oh, that weren't even tight, but wrong socket on it. I'm just laying all these bolts, I'll take it out, down by the side of each other, because some of them may be different lengths. Oh, that's not going to come. Have I fucked that up? Better 8mm. Let's try that one. It's a better quality one, even though it's only a 1/4 inch drive. Oh, fucking scroll on that. So, all the same size so far, good, good. Any more for any more? One here. Any more? I'm just having a look at the other case to see where all the bolts are. 1, 2, 3. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in theory, I've got them all. Is it that easy? Just undo a ring of bolts and off she pops. Right, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to undo something inside here. And I think now would be a good time to look at the manual, see how all these gear selector, what you call it, come off, because that does look to be quite a complicated setup. Right, again, I'm turning you off, guys. We'll come back. Right, I'm attempting to take this gear selector drum apart, and it don't make a whole lot of sense. I've read the manual. For starters, it doesn't even seem to mention that there's a big C-clip there. It just sort of overlooks that, so we'll pop that off. I'm probably going to take some photos along the way here, just so I've got some sort of reference. There's a little spring here, I don't quite know what it's for, but it's off anyway. Oh, right, that's easy enough. So that just pops all off in one piece. Nice one. I'll get this back on today so that I don't try and do it in a few days' time and then completely forget where I was. Now, what's that there? Is that a... ah, right, hang on. So that's spring loaded. That's the thing that sort of, when you press the gear stick and it rotates round, that's the thing that sort of locks it by the looks of things. So is that going to come off? A, B, A. Remove nut A and detach the washer. Gear position lever spring and washer. Note return spring. Okay, right, let's just get a 10mm. Okay, and then we've got a washer. Try and get these in some sort of order. And then we've got this fella here. And then we've got the spring there. So if we put those all on top of each other, like so, which is great until I knock them all on the floor. Right, let's have a look at this other case. Have I got that nut there? Yeah, that's there, so I don't need to remove that bolt there. So I'm just going to undo these two 10mm here, and what could possibly go wrong? So easy that just slides out of there, is it? No, it can't be that easy. No, because I'm assuming that... Hang on. So what the fuck is holding that in? Hang on a minute. Is that it? Right. I'm going to take these selector forks off here. I think it's just one bolt, because that seems to be stopping that drum coming out. Now that was clearly Loctited in, so I must remember to do the same. So, is that it? Is it that simple? Can't be that simple, can it? Things are just not that simple. One selector fork, two selector forks. Right, my camera died, and I'm not entirely sure where it died, at what point. So if I repeat myself or miss something, my apologies. Anyway, I've taken off that, this is not actually the one I've taken it off, this is the one I'm building. So I've taken off the gear selector forks anyway off the other one, and I've fitted them. I removed that bolt there on the other one and then realised I didn't have to because it slides out that way. But anyway, I've Loctited that back in. Gear selector forks are on. I've now got to work on getting the selector drum fitted. So if we just pop this whole one back up here, there's an oil pipe there as well that I've got to sort out. Where the fuck does that go? Let's leave it in there for the time being. Right. Now this, I've taken the bolts that hold secure that selector drum. I was trying to remove it and I was unable to because the other shaft was stopping me. Now at this moment in time I'm still struggling to remove it because you can't remove it because it's got this selector fork on it, and I'm just trying to figure out what holds that on at the moment. I'm kind of thinking that I've probably got to take that split pin out, which is unfortunate because I didn't want to take it apart. Is there any way that I can jiggle it out? It doesn't appear to be. So let's have a quick look, see what the... Right, see what this says. Remove the nut and detach the washer. Alright, that's all done. Check the gear change mechanism arm for cracks. Yeah, but how'd you get the fucking drum out? Come on, Mr. Haynes. Don't keep it a secret. Don't tell you. Check the condition. Well, I'm having a read. Remove the nut from the gear position lever. Remove the locating washer. Yeah, I've done that. Check the gear change mechanism arms for cracks, distortion and wear. If any of these conditions, remove the gear change. Make sure the return spring isn't loose. Check the condition of the seal. See, it suddenly goes from taking the bits off the end here to putting the gear selector drum back in. But yeah, installation. It seems to have completely missed the fact that we've not actually taken out this this gear selector. So we are going to have to I think we're just going to have to wing it, and there's like a, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a split pin there, which I'm assuming releases something which will then allow that selector fork to come out. Let me get some long nose pliers. Bum 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 bum. I'll try and keep an eye on my battery this time because I've only got 50 odd minutes left, and it's going to have to go on charge. I really ought to get another battery for it. It's a Canon camcorder that I use. I know I keep saying I ought to use my phone, and maybe I should, but the thing this can do that a phone can't is that I can turn the screen to face me so that I can see what you guys can see. Not something I can do with the iPhone, unfortunately, which is the main reason why I'm not using it, even though it's probably a better quality camera. Right, I'll straighten that out. Now I'm just trying to lever out this split pin, and replace it with a new one. Because I've got a box of them somewhere if I can find them. Which I probably can't, knowing me. Right, it's not quite out, so there we go. One split pin. So we'll keep that so that we know what size we need to replace it with. Now there's also another little pin here that drops out with a locating hole in it. I've got to remember where all these bits go. And then hopefully, yes, that then slides out. So there is our selector drum. Good, good. That pipe has now fallen out, so we'll have to figure out where that goes. I'm going to pop that down there. Probably not much more we need of that. And then we'll get our replacement gubbins. Now, do they want to go up? Oh, I think they need to be up. So we're now going to pop this selector drum straight back in here while I still remember how it goes. Good, good. Right. Then we need to pop in that pin again, which locks that into place, it would seem. Good. Now we need to find a split pin, which I just did. Look at that, straight to them. Oh yes. So let's find a suitable split pin. These are going to be too long, but we can cut them down, it's not a problem. Nice big fat one. So yeah, it's a big long one. Fattest one I can get in there is what I want, so there's less play. Good, they've gone straight in, that's not an issue. Where's the old one? I've lost the old one, so it's just as well. But I've got a new one, isn't it? Oh, there it is. So yeah, I mean, that's got a much smaller head on it, so hopefully that won't interfere. In fact, what I can probably try and do is squash that down a bit. Probably should have done it off. Yeah, let's take it out again. So that's got a huge head on it. I'm going to try crushing it there, probably in the vise, to reduce the size of that head. Let me just go and pop that in the vise, see if I can crush that down a bit. Oh. So yeah, what I've tried to do is reduce the size of that head slightly, so it's more like the one that come off it. It's much longer than the one that come off it, but I am going to try and deal with that now. So let's get that in as far as we can get it. Let's misuse one of these bolts. There we go. I think that's okay. I will obviously run this through its motions to make sure all is well. Alright, and now I just need to snip those tails off because they're a little bit on the long side, and then hopefully all is good. Right, I'm trying to get hold of that because I don't want it to fall down and go missing and I don't know where it is. There we go. Probably do with taking a little bit more off that. And it's exactly what I didn't want to happen. It's shot off somewhere. I'm assuming it's not in the engine. But one way or the other, we will find out, won't we? So, good. Right. So, that's in there. Hang on. These things are not located. I think I might have fucked up here because one of these is the gear selector fork is not located in the drum. So I'm hoping that I've not got to remove that split pin to get it located properly. I'm hoping I can do it by pulling out this selector fork like so, push it back in, job's a good one. So I think that drum and selector fork is in as it should be. So there we go, that's what we've got. So the next thing I want to do, while it's still fresh in the mind, is put this part back in. So there's two little bolts that just screw in there. And then the edges of those bolts sort of overlap the bearing, so I don't know if you can see that, but those bolts there, they just sort of overlap that bearing to stop that selector drum actually parting company with the case. So we'll just drive those bolts in. And then that's that selector fork securely located. We'll just pop a ratchet on there just to make sure that they are tight enough. I know this is slow and boring, but you know, some people want to see it, and who am I to deny them? So back in you go. Now we need to select, we need to get the rest of that mechanism on there. So let me go and grab my phone, just to, because I took a photo. I think I know where it goes back together, but I just want to be absolutely sure and check the photo. Okay, right, what have I just dropped on the floor? Just as I turned the camera on, I heard a tinkle. I have no idea. Anyway, this is quite irritating, because when it comes to putting this back together, it states, is that one going on there? That'll do. It states that you put the mechanism together, it says, ensure that the drum is in the neutral position. I've read this from front to back, and this is typical of Haynes. Nowhere, anywhere, does it tell you how to ensure that that is in the neutral position. So what I've done, on the maintenance manual here, this particular one here, I'm assuming that that is the neutral position with that thing on there pointing at the bolt. I don't know if you can see that, because it doesn't tell you. It just says make sure it's in the neutral position. You know, figure out how the fuck you do that yourself, because we don't care, but make sure it's in the neutral position. So yeah, again, we'll just carry on putting it together, and I'm sure that it will become apparent Where's that fucking thing go on? Did that go on first? Again, I've took this apart. Maybe I should. What I really ought to do is go and review the footage. So that is exactly what I am going to do, because despite taking a photo, I can't, despite putting these bits in order, I can't remember what order they go back on in. So I am going to go and review the footage of me taking it apart, and then hopefully we'll come back and put it back together again.